Mark here from the Embodied Facilitator course. So I want to talk about art today, the wider definition of art. Let's start with a question. What if your life was art? Yeah? What would that mean? What would that free up? So we have this idea that art is like painting and sculpting. I'm not very good at that, you know. I know people who are, but yeah, I can do it a bit. I can have fun with it. I can be creative with it, but it's not really my thing, you know. But does that mean I'm not an artist? You know, even the sense talking about artists like it feels kind of pretentious to say I am an artist. You know, what would that mean? Would it mean being, for example, a sense of being non-goal directed, doing something purely for the joy, purely for the creativity of it? This sense of authentically expressing oneself that seems, you know, the difference between kind of bullshit corporate art and actual art. Now, philosophers. People argue about that from time immemorial. Go to any university and you hear people kind of, you know, smoking roll-ups and arguing about what is art. However, I think we all have a sense that there's something in art which is the expression of natural beauty, the expression of ourselves, creating something beautiful for its own sake. And that sounds like, to me, very close to definitions of purpose. When I'm talking about, like, what's your purpose? I'm doing work with purpose, black belt, for example. You know, as an entrepreneur, yes, there's money in what I do. I'm looking for profit, but there's also that creativity that's absolutely vital. And I would actually define art in a way which could include profit in that way, which could include that. Like, for me, there's an artistry to what I do. Also, we can talk about artistry, right? So as an embodiment trainer, yeah, there's a science to it. There's principles of excellence, criteria of excellence. I teach students on EFC, etc. But there's also an artistry to it. And for me, that's a large part of what gets me up in the morning. That's a large part of the training today. Taught a lot of content I've taught before, you know, centering, yin yang, basic stuff. But with an artistry in the delivery, with an artistry in like creating new sides of things. I was looking at this new aspect of centering today, kind of geeky. Yeah, for me, the art in that is what makes it interesting and what makes it worthwhile. Yeah, whether it's relationship, work, all those things. So, you know, our life itself, what if that were a work of art? Not in the sense of creating a life to be seen, that kind of Instagram, like externally facing, but creating a life as art, creating a life as a creative expression. So where I am, you know, not just like, I don't know, my house, yeah, but more than that, like what I'm doing with myself, how my intimate relationships are, how my family is. That whole piece is art. I'm kind of thinking out loud here because I'm not really like an arty person, but increasingly what's alive for me at the moment is a sense of creativity, a sense of wanting to be an artist in what I do. I also find that tremendously freeing. For example, you know, with what work I will do. So not just being the slave to the dollar, slave to the pound. I'm not worth much anymore, but anyway, Brexit joke. Oh, pain, Brexit. So in terms of the art of how we work with our emotions around, say, the Brexit thing, you know, being able to say no to clients, even if the money's there, because you know what, there isn't the creativity, there isn't the joy of expression in that. I wonder if a little bit of the artistic set values rather than putting that off, like art is something we do, special people do and put in a museum for painting, if that was just part of life, you know, in the same way as ethics isn't something a special group of people do. So yeah, how would it be if art was part of our life? How would it be to incorporate that? Kind of thinking out loud on this one. It's not my specialist subject. I'm sure kind of a lot of people know more about the philosophy of art than I do, but it's what's alive in me now. So I hope that's been a useful one today.